There are many ways for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 to work around Johnny Depp's exit as the original Pirates of the Caribbean franchise anti-hero Jack Sparrow. Since 2003's The Curse of the Black Pearl proved to be an unexpected sleeper hit, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise has been a massive moneymaker for Disney. However, in 2017, the seemingly unstoppable series hit a snag when the Pirates of the Caribbean 5 earned the worst reviews of the series so far, as well as underperforming at the box office. But before we head over to the land of skull and crossbones, I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to 30's Feedback. So, the problems for the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise were compounded when series star Johnny Depp's legal troubles led Disney to cut ties with him. While veteran Pirates of the Caribbean producer Jerry Bruckheimer said that Depp may still return to the series at some point in the future, how this would be achieved is not yet clear. What is clear is that a version of Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is currently in production, and this project will need to address the absence of Depp's Jack Sparrow. A supporting star in the original movie, throughout the sequels Depp became the de facto lead of the franchise. Since Depp was the main character of both Pirates of the Caribbean 4 and 5, the most direct way for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 to get around his exit would be to reverse it. The Pirates of the Caribbean 5 ending set up another potential sequel starring Depp Sparrow, and now that Bruckheimer has suggested he would be open to Depp's return, this could end up being how the franchise handles the issue. However, Depp's return comes with a massive price tag. There were reports that Depp would have earned $22 million for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 before his 2022 trial. Since his highly publicised exit from the series, Depp's fees may have increased, and even if it hasn't, the studio would be taking a gamble to bring him back. Not only that, but Depp's star power hasn't been tested by a mainstream blockbuster in a long time, so it would be a big gamble to wager a massive portion of Pirates of the Caribbean 6's budget on his appeal. Finally, Pirates of the Caribbean's worst sequels both focused on Depp Sparrow and suffered critically as a result, meaning viewers might not be enthused by the prospect of another Jack-centric sequel, but Depp's sizable salary means he would need to be the lead. Pirates of the Caribbean 6 could simply ignore the existence of Jack Sparrow, mentioning other characters, settings, and elements of the franchise's canon without addressing his existence directly. This seems like the most likely route that the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot will take in its attempts to replace the franchise's cast with younger actors. However, this could prove ill-advised, as Depp is still very much the face of the franchise. The fact that Margot Robbie's proposed Pirates of the Caribbean spin-off was cancelled proves that the studio doesn't trust another A-lister with the series, so it could be foolhardy to trust a younger, less well-known cast. To permanently quell any lingering rumours about Depp's return, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 could simply kill off Jack Sparrow. Killing the character off-screen is one way to handle the public downfall of an actor, as evidenced by both Roseanne's revival, The Conners, and the final season of House of Cards. However, killing off Jack Sparrow won't work in Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Since his introduction, Jack has been a cartoonishly suave trickster who both faked his death and returned from a legitimate death, so killing him off won't do anything to deter fans from believing that Jack will still be back someday. A lot of stars could play Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean 6 if the franchise opts to recast the character. This is what the last blockbuster franchise that fired Depp did when the third Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them movie replaced the actor with Mads Mikkelsen. However, this was not necessarily a comparable situation. For one thing, Mikkelsen production replaced Depp in the role of a villain, and one who had already been played by another actor for a good portion of the first movie in the series. For another, Depp's role in the franchise was not as central as Jack Sparrow's part. For many viewers, Jack Sparrow is the heart of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and, even for viewers who don't feel this way, it is tricky to imagine a future for the series without him. Everything from the last two sequels to the Pirates of the Caribbean Sea of Thieves game crossover featured Jack Sparrow front and centre as the star of the series. As such, it seems unlikely that the series would be able to pull this off recasting the character, as the Pirates of the Caribbean movies have grown to rely on Depp's performance so much. No matter how Pirates of the Caribbean 6 handles the fate of Jack Sparrow, the sequel will struggle to please fans of the franchise. If Jack is back, his actor's exorbitant price tag means he will be the star of the sequel, which was a huge part of what derailed the 4th and 5th movies. If he is ignored, then the sequel will be without a recognisable lead, proving that Robbie's Pirates of the Caribbean 6 might have been a good idea after all. Meanwhile, if he is killed off, viewers familiar with the series won't buy this. Finally, if Depp's Jack Sparrow is recast, this will anger a substantial subset of fans who are attached to Depp's depiction of the character specifically. This is something of a no-win situation for the producers of the Pirates of the Caribbean series, and it will be tough to guess what option the creators will go for. However, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are guaranteed to struggle after their lengthy absence from theatres, no matter what the Pirates of the Caribbean 6 opts to do with Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow. What do you guys think? Should Depp return to the franchise? Or should the producers go another route altogether? Let me know below.